Okay, I am Mariano Equizzi. I am a member of the team called Komplex, and I am also a creative developer of a Bulgarian company called Augmented Reality. Komplex 28 was created by Komplex, and in a way produced between Italy and Bulgaria, and implemented in Turin for To Share Festival. I'm still working there. It is an augmented storytelling experience. And essentially it is a way to empower the audience, not to offering a personal adventure from the creator, but to make them inside an adventure, to bring the adventure inside the hand of the viewer, to create an adventure for the viewer, discovering something. That's our main aim, to empower the viewer, the user. Not the user as a sort of Ludovico effect, looking something, but the viewer that is able to discover something, to be in the reality and to say, I catch it, I got it, This is our politics, we could say.
So why Turin? Why not some other city? You've mentioned that.
Okay, Turin because Giorgio de Chirico invented their metaphysics. And Komplex 28 is a metaphysical experience. And for this resonance, we shaped the 28 in Turin. To share a secret with you, 28 is the sum of the numerical value of this acronym, Multiple Artificial Intelligence Algorithmic. Read the acronym, MAFIA. Okay. It is a story about the fact that beyond the surface of our reality, there is just a lot of criminality. And it is a metaphysic representation of the problem of our civilization. But it is something that the viewer will discover. I'm not telling through the viewer because of YouTube, because of television, no. The viewer can catch the meaning. It's up to the viewer, it's a personal discovery.
So why augmented reality? Why not some other device?
Because why some other device? Because instead to think, or instead to convince the people to stay glued on a chair more than needed, we prefer to make them exploring the space, discovering something in your city that you cannot imagine. It is exactly like a book. It is very similar to a book. And this book is the Trilogy of New York by Paul Auster, where an investigator starts to move around New York. And in this tripping, he discovers himself that is doing the same action. So it is a sort of short circuit of perception played with the user. Not for the user, but with the user.
And you are using mobile phones, right?
And we use mobile phone, augmented reality, and the surface of Turin. And this opera is disseminated actually in Turin. We use the Aurasma platform because I can say it works. It is an amazingly working platform for augmented reality, and it is very reliable. It is catchy. It is very easy. It is very easy to implement this kind of adventure. And coming back to metaphysics, there is even another artistic layer inside that is related to Situationist International. They invented the term of psychogeographic experience that is linked with the fact that you are able to live the city and to enjoy the city, not only because you have to do something, a trip, to get another duty, task, slab, No, it is a moment in which you can explore, discover, and get in touch with something unknown inside the city.
I was actually going to ask you about the psychogeographic experience, so thank you for actually anticipating the question. You said in your presentation that we trust our mobile phones more than we sometimes trust our friends. Why such a statement?
Why such a statement? Because we deal consciously with this device, and we deal consciously with the representation of the thought of our friends. We don't talk with our friends. We are chatting with our friends. We are knowing their selfie. Representation, not reality. We are, we have a sort of addiction to see the reality through the screen. Augmented reality is an incredible technology in order to crash the mirror of the appearances, of the continuous suspension of disbelief we experience through our mobile phone. It is like the device, I can say that Lewis Carroll, the writer of Alice in Wonderland, he could have enjoyed augmented reality because it is exactly the Alice mirror. It is exactly like the Alice mirror that you can pip, that you can see through another space, another reality absolutely close to you in your daily life. I don't need to build a Lord of the Ring to make imagining the people. What we want to create is a viewer that is not a retarded guy in the end of my story, but it is an active guy, and it is a thinking entity that is even able to replicate what I've done in order to say, with augmented reality, what he or she wants to say.
Thank you. And finally, why Filmteractive? Why did you bring your project here to watch?
So I gotta say something that I was amazed of one fact when I made followed the open call of the festival. I was amazed that a very important and we can say highly symbolic cinema school was in a way accepting something that is a sort of negation of cinema. And it is a very advanced thinking. It is a very unique advanced thing. In Italy, something like that is impossible. In the National Cinema School in Rome, you cannot put a festival like this. So I consider this absolutely brilliant, provocative, radical, to put in the temple of how to do cinema, something that is related to how to dismantle cinema, how to reconfigure the cinema. For this reason, I was absolutely fascinated by this idea. Because of an interactive film, the structuring this project inside a very structured school. That was the foible I accepted very much.